Good afternoon. Man, I am probably overly excited to be live on LinkedIn. I can't tell you that's just kind of fun for me and something I've been just kind of keeping an eye on for a while, and it's exciting. What are you excited about this week? Man, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments what you're excited about this week. What's something you're working on, or is there a challenge that you've been able to help someone with this week? Man, so if you've just joined me, hello, Elizabeth. It's great to see you. Hello. Let's see, I can show these comments. So cool. Joining me from Facebook. I am live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So wherever you're joining from, let me know in the comments. I'd love to find out where you're seeing this feed. But if you're just joining me, or this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I just want to share that I'm working on coming to you live. I'm probably going to start scheduling something a bit more regular. Not going to. Hello, Lauren. Good to see you. Not going to decide at this second what that looks like yet, but I do plan to start coming on a bit more regular. I'd like to be able to, yes, being able to stream on live stream on LinkedIn is super exciting. I think I still have a few friends who are going to ask me how in the world I would manage to do that. Because the truth is, I don't have a ton of live content out there, nor do I have a bunch of people jumping on my feeds and chiming in. So it was interesting that they actually approved my request as quickly and as easily as they did. But I digress. So if you're just joining me, it's the first time you've been here, I am planning to come a little bit more frequently to these lives. I'll probably set something up in the mornings, maybe in the early afternoons. That's a bit more regular. But been coming here on Fridays just to share some thoughts for the week, hopefully maybe provide some encouragement, kind of whatever musings, ramblings that I have in mind for the week. LinkedIn user, I can't tell who you are, but hello, thank you for joining me from LinkedIn. Super excited to have my first comments coming live from LinkedIn. Thank you. And I'll have to look at how I can fix that so we can see who you are in the future from your comments. But either way, I'm glad to have you here. Hey, so this week, I'm excited about a few things. For those who don't know, I had my first grandchild, who was born last Thursday. Baby and mama are super healthy and having a great time. Of course, lots of visitors in and out, and um, they're doing well, and I'm just excited about all of that. But then here coming up in about 45 minutes or so, I was invited to be a mentor for my mentor and friend, Ray Edwards. I'm mentoring a small group in a new training, Become Your Own Copywriter training. They've asked me to step in and be a mentor for one of their breakout groups, and I am beyond thrilled about that experience. I'm so looking forward to seeing how these people grow as professional copywriters. And just to clarify, I'm not a professional copywriter. My role there is not to teach them copywriting. Of course, that's what Ray Edwards is doing with them. But my role is to support them in another capacity. And I'm just blessed beyond belief that I could be invited to be there for them and see them grow through this process. So that is awesome. Dustin, thank you, man. You're awesome, brother. Um, Good to see you here. Thanks for joining. Um, so grandfather, Ray Edwards community. And then, yeah, this week we had the opportunity to talk to, yeah, super smart, super inspiring, great marketing mind, Mike Kim. I don't know if you've heard me talk about it yet or seen me share about his new book, You Are the Brand. What a wonderful, amazing book. If you're interested in personal branding, marketing, or you just like to keep up with the different things that are going on, Mike Kim has some powerful things to say in that book. And we had the opportunity to chat with him on Tuesday in Ray Edwards Mastermind community. And man, Mike is just a great guy and hit the heart behind this book. So he talks a little bit about it. But there's a lot of gurus out there who share fascinating big ideas. And the problem with that is that so many of them are sharing these ideas and leaving out practical application. And if you've ever heard me talk about the work that I've done with people in the marketing arena, my belief is that we give you everything you need to be successful, and that's how we build trust with our clients, the people who support us, and our partners. You know, we give them everything that we can in order to help you improve. And if you're able to do that on your own, that's wonderful. If you're in business, though, I mean, my my personal take on this is that you can give them all the tools that they need to be successful. Some of them will walk away and be successful, and you should be excited and thrilled for them and support them as much as they need. Some of the people are going to come back and say, "This is wonderful. You've outlined such great tips for success. Can you help me?" And really, that's the people you want to work with, is those who recognize that you have something of value that they like, that they enjoy, that they trust you to give or contribute to them using those tools and resources that you've shared with them. Right? And so um, I think from Mike's perspective, those are, let's see what we got here. Laura, good to see you. Excited for me. Can't wait to hear more about the opportunity with Ray. Thank you so much. Yeah, again, I'm thrilled to be leading a small group for Ray Edwards, and yeah, that's super meaningful to me. Again, Ray is a mentor of mine. I'm part of his mastermind, and just learning from him is a fascinating opportunity for me. But you know, in business and leadership, and his guidance, and the way he talks about his faith and how he applies it in business, and so many other things. This is, I'm beyond thrilled to be a part of that. Um, but anyway, those are the tips I wanted to share. And then I just want to encourage you this week. You know, if you've had a great week, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what your wins are. You know, if you've helped somebody this week, I'd love to hear about that. Yesterday, by the way, we published we publish our podcast on Thursday mornings, really early in the morning, East Coast time, Virginia, Florida, East Coast, U.S. I guess is what I'm trying to say. We publish that podcast super early Thursday mornings, and this week's was slightly different. This week I shared a bit more personal story and a bit more um, vulnerable content from my experience with faith in general. And I'd love it if you'd go listen to that. And if you know someone that might help, certainly if you could share it with them, that'd be awesome. But more importantly, what I'm looking for is if you have feedback, I'd love to hear from you. If you have questions you'd like us to discuss on our podcast, about business, whether it maybe regarding my most recent episode talking about faith, and how that plays a role in my life and business as it builds on the other aspects of our lives. So yesterday's podcast was really about the wheel of life and all of the different aspects. But for me personally, talking a bit about my faith journey and some of the struggles there. So we'd love to hear from you what questions you might have. You can send them to me. It's support@progrowthva.com. And before I offer some encouragement or some ideas to share with you over the weekend, um, I would also like to invite you to connect with me. If you, I got to find this here. If you and I haven't spoken, haven't talked in a while, maybe you just want to chat with somebody and see what friendships can come from that. I'm going to encourage you to schedule a call with me. If you go to that website, talkwithdanw.com, and schedule a 30-minute call with me, we can do a Zoom chat, we can do a telephone call. Either way is fine. I just want to connect with some people and continue to build relationships, because I thrive in building relationships. And nothing more than that. I'm not trying to sell you anything. You know, if I have something to offer that we might be a good fit to work together, that's great. But I'm just here to connect and find out, you know, what people are doing, and how are you encouraging other people? I'd love to know that. And then, you know, is there something I can do to encourage you? So on that thought, I do want to share this with you as we look at going into the weekend, is how can you perform acts of kindness for other people this weekend? You know, maybe it's one act of kindness for someone each day that you intentionally look for, and that's great. But then I'm going to ask you to take that a step further. Can you reflect on what those felt like as you performed them? And then finally, I'd love to know if you would take an opportunity to reflect on three good things each day, today, Saturday, and Sunday. If you could just reflect on three good things that occurred throughout your day before you go to bed at night, and write those down. I, I I challenge you to do that because I think, regardless of how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your life, how you feel about your work, that's going to continue to encourage you. So I want to leave you with those thoughts today. And Elizabeth shared a couple links in the comments. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, on Facebook. If you're on LinkedIn, feel free to message me if you don't have any of those links. But the website, progrowthva.com/podcast, if you want to hear our most recent podcasts, you can get them there, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. It's the Pro Growth Podcast. And then you can schedule time to talk at talkwithdanw.com if you just want to have a conversation and get to know each other or catch up. So, Dustin, if you're still here, feel free to use that. Schedule some time. Let's chat. Love to find out what you've been working on. I see you here on these feeds occasionally, and I certainly appreciate you for being here. I'm grateful for all of the people who have stuck with me through thick, thin, and all the things in the middle. Afghanistan, Iraq, and beyond. So, and now LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Aha. Yeah, so I think I'm going to look for any more comments that might come in the next minute or so. And then I'm going to leave you with those thoughts as we go into the weekend. And I'm going to wish you outstanding, safe, and happy, healthy weekend. I hope, wow, can you believe we're almost to the end of summer? And yes, I said that out loud. We are halfway through summer, and man, where did it go? Fortunately, I live in a wonderful beach area down in Florida, and happy to host guests if anybody would like to come and visit sunny Florida after it's not so sunny wherever you might be, or during. I'm okay with that. Yeah, Lauren, halfway through. We are on the 23rd of July. Think about that for a second. Where did it go? Here's Ray Edwards did a great video the other day about 5 reasons now is your time. I'd encourage you to go find that on YouTube. But the truth of it is too many people have spent the last 18 months stuck by choice, stuck by fear, stuck by other influences, but they've spent the last 18 months in this weird place. And the world is starting to open back up in most cases. And if you are considering trying something new, getting out there right now is the time. And Ray shares a bunch of great reasons why. One of the biggest ones that stands out to me is the influence that the last 18 months has had on online businesses. They have expanded, enhanced, and grown technology tenfold over the last 18 months in order to accommodate all of the changes that we've seen happening. And as a result, businesses are growing, new businesses are popping up, and they're thriving because of all of these advancements. And so many people who weren't associated or integrated with social media or integrated with online technology overall have now become consumers of online technology and are involved in all of the virtual things. And speaking of which, I'm going to hint to something coming up in the very near future. Towards the middle to end of September, we're planning something big. I hope you'll stick around so you can hear more. If you want to hear what that is going to be, then feel free to sign up for our mailing list. You can do that from our website, progrowthva.com. Love to have you there. And if you do, I'm going to reach out to you because I want to know what you're working on. I want to know what makes you thrive, and I want to know what your struggles are too. Lauren says she's ready for fall. I know I shouldn't, but it's my season. Fall is your season. So summer is my season. I moved to Florida. I'm chasing an endless summer. I know I'm not going to quite reach it, but it's going to be a whole lot better than from a summer perspective than Virginia Beach, which is where I'm sitting at the moment. Heading home this weekend after spending some time with my daughter and my new grandson. And Anyway, I'm just happy to be here. Happy to move into this weekend. I like to live every day as if it were Friday. So the weekend is just a transition point in my conversations with people in my social circles. So, it changes slightly, but I try to enjoy each day the same. California summers versus, what does it say? Our California summers are less than Florida summers, despite the humidity. Elizabeth says she's looking for endless fall. Should that exist anywhere? I think Tennessee is probably the closest. I know you were looking at Tennessee. I think the mountains of North Carolina are probably a good bet as well. And Lauren agrees. So with Elizabeth, endless fall. I'd say that would be really nice, just to have a cabin somewhere where there's mountain scenery and streams and rivers flowing and the weather being somewhat consistent throughout, minus storms and such, but temperature wise, I can agree that that would be a pretty great experience. I'm looking for that experience from a beach perspective because I enjoy the ocean, the beaches, the sunshine, and all that comes with that. So, from a different perspective, I can absolutely agree with the two of you on what you're looking for. And Lauren says she was going to say Tennessee too. So, awesome. Well, I just appreciate y'all being here, and I appreciate you engaging in the chat. I'm going to figure out how I can help people show me who they are if they're chatting in from LinkedIn. I don't think the YouTube comments get pulled through. I think I'd have to have someone helping me pull comments if they came in through there, but I'm not sure. So maybe next time, next Friday, you'll join me on one of those other two channels so we can work out some of those kinks. But either way, I'm glad you're here. I hope that I've offered some encouragement, some ideas, and hey, go get that book. Mike Kim's new book, You Are the Brand. If you have curiosity about marketing like I do, personal branding and all of the things, that book lays out a simple, for real 8-step blueprint with practical application that so far for me has been just an amazing experience in bringing an additional clarity into my life and my business and the things that we're working on. So um, I hope that that's helpful. I encourage you to go read that. And hey, share in the comments if you're watching this live or if you're watching this later. Let me know what you're reading. I'd love to hear that too, because we're always looking for great content to talk about. We're always looking for new books to read in our mastermind and to share with other professionals in our circles. Lauren says she'll be in Lake Tahoe in a couple weeks. It's the closest to endless fall in California. Man, I've heard great things about Lake Tahoe. I've heard lots of bad things. Of course, that's usually around, I think, spring break. But hopefully, there's no spring break like environment while you're there. It sounds like a great way to close out the summer, in fact. And maybe one day I'll be able to check out Lake Tahoe for those reasons. So, hey, I loved hanging out with y'all here. I hope you'll join me next week. And we'll be sure that if we're going to go live more regularly, that we kind of talk about what that schedule looks like. But until you hear from me again, if I don't hear from you, best wishes to your weekends. Live it up, enjoy it. Take time to be kind to someone on purpose and reflect on it. And then take a moment in the evenings to reflect on the good things that have happened throughout your day. So until next time, have a great one.